So good morning, everyone. Today we will complete our unit third, which was remaining. So now in this particular unit third, we will see as like your alcohol, aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, amine. Here we will learn similarly like a nomenclature, method of preparation, and as well as a chemical properties of all those compounds. Now come to the next one. First one is firstly we should know what is saturated compound and what is unsaturated compound. So saturated compound means those particular compound which having a single carbon-carbon single bond. Wherever you will see a carbon-carbon single bond, that particular compound are considered as a saturated hydrocarbon. And those particular compounds which contain a double bond are called as unsaturated hydrocarbon. So this thing you have to remember. Wherever you will see a single bond, that particular compounds are known as a saturated hydrocarbon, and those particular compound which having a double bond or triple bond, that particular compound or are called as a unsaturated compounds. Now this one is the formula of alkane, alkene and alkyne. So that how can we determine the, based upon the formula, how can we determine that particular compound is either a saturated or unsaturated, or how can we determine that particular these compounds are alkane, alkene or alkyne. Here we can see here the formula is firstly for alkane the formula is CnS2n plus 2, where n is equal, n maybe starting number of n may be your 1. If you put in the place of n, if you put a 1, then you will find a 1, then 2 into 1, that means 2 plus 2, it means 4. It means the particular our the result will be CH4. CH4 is called as methane. If you put here 2, means C2, and here after multiplication and addition you will get a C2S6. That particular compound formula will be C2S6. That C2S6 is called as ethane. Similarly, in the case of alkene, if you put here here the number will be start from the 2. So if you start from the 2, then you will find here C2H6. Here you will find here C2H4. So that will be called as ethylene. It means here you have to start from carbon number 1, and in alkene alkyne you have to start N is equal to 2. So now you will find your particular compound. So this formula you have to learn it. Now the rules for naming alkane as well as alkene and alkyne also. So firstly you have to see that you have to count how many carbon atom is there in the longest chain. So here you can see the 5 number of carbon atom is there, and if there are a carbon number is 5, it means for the 5 you have to write down the prefix pent, right, penta. And here you can see there is a branch is there, the second number carbon atom, there is a methyl group present. So you can write here 2-methyl pentane in the alkane compound. If you are seeing here everywhere there is a single bond is there. Single bond is there, it means suffix you have to add here alkane ane. Suffix you have to add here ane. As you can see in the everywhere there is a suffix ane. That one is methane, ethane, propane, butane. So like this, based upon the number of carbon atom. If carbon number is 1, so meth, then eth, prop, but, pent, hex, hept, oct, non, and de. So this thing you have to remember. The next thing, in the alkene, the formula we know very well, that one is CnS2n, and the formula based upon this one formula, if you put here C2, then you will get a C2H4. C2H4 you can write like this, CH2 double bond CH2, and if you put here 3, then you will get a C3, 1 2 3, and S6, C3S6. So from here you will get to know that the suffix in the alkenes you have to always attach a "ene." "Ene" you have to add wherever you will see a double bonded carbon atoms. If you see a triple bonded carbon atoms like this, there you have to add a suffix, that one is "ine," and that particular compounds are known as the alkyne. In the alkyne you have to add a suffix "ine." Now this one is my notes. If you are not able to understand my handwriting, then I will provide a notes also on the Moodle. From there you can get it and you can read it. But right now I'm going to teach with my notes only. So now firstly we should know what is hydrocarbon. Hydrocarbon means, as the name indicates, wherever in any particular compound where hydrogen and carbon both are present, that one is called as hydrocarbons. These hydrocarbons are of two types. Either they may be aliphatic or they may be aromatic. In this particular syllabus, we have to read only about the aliphatic compounds. So these aliphatic hydrocarbons are divided into four types. That one is alkane, alkene, alkyne, and cyclic aliphatic compound. Cyclic aliphatic we can consider like a cycloalkane. So alkane, alkene, alkyne, and cycloalkane. These four subtopics comes under aliphatic hydrocarbon. Now, first one is the formation of alkane. So as I told you in the case of unit 4th and 5th also, everywhere you have to make a table, as I told you, in one rough copy, one pen, wherever you are right now. So only you have to just take out one paper and one pen and write down each the heading or the starting material of each particular compound. Like here you can write down C2H4 plus S2, Rx plus Mg, then sodium acetate plus sodium hydroxide. Like this, you if you are writing all these things starting material, then nobody can defeat you, because if you are writing and if you have learned there that these all are the starting material for the alkane, it means you know very well that in the final product what you have to make, that one is C2H6 or CH4, like that. And in the physical property you will learn easily. In the chemical property I had told you, there also you have to just write down in one paper. You have to write down all those things, that firstly there will be hydrogenation, then halogenation, sulfonation. These headings if you have learned, and you know all the tricks about that particular organic chemistry, that where we have to attach hydrogen, where we have to attach a halogenation, what do you mean by dehydrohalogenation, halogenation, then surely you will feel that this organic chemistry is totally fun, because this fun of organic chemistry depends upon the trick. If you know all the tricks to learn about organic chemistry, then nobody can defeat you. So this organic chemistry based upon only the tricks and learning. Now here you have to learn like this: C2H4 plus S2. If this one is ethylene molecule, if you firstly you should learn this one formula. This one is formula is ethane molecule. So now how will you write the method of preparation? So here you have to write down firstly C2H4 plus S2. So you can write down here C2S6. Okay, then in the case of hydrolysis of Grignard reagent, this catalyst name you have to learn it, because this catalyst nickel is always used to add a hydrogen atom only. Next one is hydrolysis of Grignard reagent. Hydrolysis of Grignard reagent, firstly you should learn the Grignard reagent formula. Grignard reagent formula is RMGX. RMGX means where R may be your methyl group, Mg means magnesium, X may be your any halogen atoms. When this one CH3MgI, it will be hydrolyzed. It means in the presence of water, what will you get? One just broke down this particular compound. One side you have to attach here H, and one side you have to add here OH. So it will be a CH4 plus MgOHI, like this. Next one is the salt of carboxylic acid, sodium salt of carboxylic acid. Salt of carboxylic acid, it means your sodium acetate. Here you will write here sodium acetate formula, then sodium hydroxide. Anyways, now from here Na2CO3, that means sodium carbonate, it will be eliminated. You will get a CH3H, it means CH4. Methane you will get your as a final compound. The next one is electrolysis. I know very well you are not able to understand this one writing, so I am speaking this way. This thing you just listen. Electrolysis of aqueous solution of RCOH. R means your methyl group, so this one is sodium acid. This one is your acetate, and when you will heat this one CH3COO, two molecules, then you will get to get this particular compound C2S6. You will count on there is just two carbon atom is there, and hydrogen atom 3 it means C2S6. Ethane will be eliminated, and you will get a carbon dioxide gas, two molecules. The next one is reduction of haloalkanes. Haloalkanes formula, as the name indicate, halo means halogen, and alkanes means CH3C2S6, like that. So methyl or ethyl. So this one is Rx plus 2 hydrogen. So when you will add, so one side just add here one hydrogen, one side you will add here. So now from here H and Cl will be eliminated. It means all these reaction you should know very well, that wherever you will see H and OH, it means from there water will be eliminated. Wherever you will see H and Cl, from there HCl will be eliminated. Without thinking anything, just eliminate those things. Now come to the from alcohol. From the alcohol, it means the alcohol, then the alcohol will be reduced. As you can see, 2 times it is going to be reduced. Okay, when it will be reduced 2 times, then what will you get? CS3. Now you have to attach one by one. One hydrogen you have to add air, and just broke down this particular compound. Here you have to separate molecules like this. One side, because there are 2 hydrogen, one side here, just write down H, one side here H. So what will you get? One side CH4. Methane will be eliminated, and one side you will eliminate your water molecule. And easy. So only you have to break down your molecule, and you should know the small tricks. HOH, HCl, HBr, NaOH. Now the physical property. In all the physical property, you have to learn the small things, which compounds are found in the gas form, liquid form, and solid form only. The next thing here we can see methane, ethane, propane, butane. It means carbon number 1 to carbon number 4 are found in the gas form, and the next carbon number 5 to 17 are found in a colorless liquid, and more than 17, carbon number 17, it means higher the alkanes will be found in a wax like solid. Okay, so all the compounds are non-polar, and as the normal and as the carbon chain or as the molecular weight, it will be increased, boiling point will be increase. Now come to the next one. This one is the chemical properties. Okay, now this one is the chemical properties of particularly alkanes. In the chemical property, what you have to do? In the chemical property, in the starting material will be your all those alkanes only. So firstly here write down halogenation, nitration, sulfonation, aromatization. So these heading if you have learned, then you should know halogenation means addition of halogen, nitration means addition of nitric acid formula HNO3, but HNO3 for our ease of reaction we can write HNO3 like HONO2. Sulfonation means H2SO4, addition of H2SO4. So for the ease of reaction we can write here HOSO3H. If you have learned like this HOSO3H, then surely you will get to know that now from here water molecule it will be eliminated, we will get a RSO3H like this. So in the halogenation, when the chlorine it will be added here, what will be happen now? From here HCl will be eliminated, we will get a CH3Cl in the presence of UV light. Now in the presence of nitration reaction, which includes a nitric acid formula HNO3, we can write it like this HONO2. So what will be happen now from here? Now you have to see one hydrogen from here, because OH is present, it means anyhow from here in this particular reaction water molecule it will eliminate, we will get a CH3NO2. We have written here. The next one, sulfonation. As I told you, only you have to learn this one formula. Sulfonation means, nitration means, halogenation means, and we have to learn all these type of chemical structure. In the aromatization reaction, as the name indicates, aromatization means wherever the ring, this one aliphatic compound, it is going to be converted into an aromatic compound. Aromatization means aromatic compound. Then here we should know very well, in the aromatic compound, the ring is like this, that means CCH6, our benzene ring, but this benzene ring CCH6 where the carbon number is 6, so here we have to write down CCH6 like this, and hexane. But when it is going to be converted into aromatic compound, so firstly we should learn this one catalyst name and this one temperature. Then we should know this aromatic ring, we can write down like this CH double bond CH, because this circle ring it indicates that there is a delocalization of pi electron. It means it is written like this CH double bond CH 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 CH. Everywhere there will be CH here. It means one hydrogen it will be less. So you can eliminate now from here 4 hydrogen molecule. It means 8 hydrogen it will be eliminated. Now the uses of alkane. All these alkanes are used in the form of natural gas. In the form of natural gas. The next thing, in the manufacture of carbon black, which is used in the printing ink. The ink which is used in a print, that ink is made up of this one particularly alkane only. In the shoe polish also, in the rubber tire also, everywhere is alkane, or we can consider everywhere there is organic chemistry. Okay, so now come to the next thing. Next thing is our alkenes. Now in this alkene, as I told you, in the alkene everywhere there will be double bond. Wherever you will see a double bond, that particular compound is called as an alkene. So we have to learn this special compound. That one is CH2 double bond CH2. In the alkane, we have to specially learn the formula of methane. That one is CH4. Next thing, ethane C2H6. Both things if you have learned, then surely you can write down all the reaction and method of preparation of alkane. In the case of alkene, only we have to learn here this particular compound, especially this particular compound. That one is CH2 double bond CH2. And the other thing for the synthesis, you can also learn this formula also. That one is propene, ethylene, and propene. If you are not able to learn this thing, CH2 double bond CH2, then you can write down C2H4. So C2H4 and here C3H6. This thing also. So now first in the method of preparation, we have to learn like this. That one is CH3CH2OH. That one is the formula of RCH2OH. It means this one is our primary alcohol. So RCH2OH, primary alcohol, or this one is our ethanol. That one is CH3CH2OH, or we can learn like that C2H5OH. So when ethanol, it will be heated in the presence of H2SO4. What will be happen? The first reaction is our dehydration. Dehydration means removal of water. Now from here, this one water molecule we will eliminate and we will get CH2 double bond CH2. Because carbon having how much valency? 4. So we have here everywhere we have put here double bond. The next one is dehydrohalogenation of monohalogen alkanes. So mono means single, halo means halogen, alkane means single bonded carbon atom. D means removal, hydro means hydrogen, and halogenation means halogen. It means there will be removal of hydrohalogenation. It means there will be removal of HBr. So if you have learned this one for formula, then from here HBr will be eliminated, or we will get a CH3 single bond CH double bond CH2. From where this one HBr will be eliminated, we will convert this one single bond into a double bond, because to maintain this one valency of carbon atom. The next one is dehalogenation of dihalogen alkanes. Now we have to learn this one particular structure. That one is 2,3 dibromobutane. Now dehalogenation we have to do. D means removal of halogen. So here we will remove here halogen, and from those carbon atom we have removed this one halogen. In between those carbon atom we have to convert single bond into a double bond. So it will be like this: CH3 CH double bond CH single bond CH3. And from here now this zinc bromide, it will be eliminated. So now like this we are observing here everywhere. Some of you are facing a problem that how can we learn these type. We have to also learn method of preparation, chemical properties of alcohol also, amines also, as well as aldehyde, ketone also. And now the next our problem that one is alkane and alkyne. But if you are maintaining this type of thinking in your mind, then surely you will get everywhere problem. So please try to make your concept like this, that these all are looking like a terrible, okay, but these all are so simple. This organic chemistry is so simple, but this simplicity depends upon your hard working. Okay, if you are learning daily organic chemistry, either I'm taking a class or I'm not taking a class, but if you are giving your 100%, at least 1 hour, if you are giving to this one organic chemistry, then surely you can write down each reaction. And if you are not giving your 100% in your particular home or hostel or room, then surely in your exam there in this, if you're trying to writing this particular reaction, then there will be a less number of carbon atom, less number of hydrogen atom, then you will face a problem. So it depends upon you that do you want to face a problem or do you want to overcome this problem. Now come to the next one. That one is dehydrogenation of alkane. Dehydrogenation. Now D means removal, hydrogenation means hydrogen. Now from here hydrogen will be eliminated. Now just remove it from those carbon atom. From you will remove this one hydrogen atom. In between those carbon atom there will be double bond. So one hydrogen from here, one hydrogen from here. It will be like this: CH2 double bond CH. Then this one CH3 hydrogen you have eliminated. Next one is hydrogenation of alkyne. This one was dehydrogenation, it means removal of hydrogen. There is a hydrogenation, it means now you have to add a hydrogen. You have to add hydrogen. So when you will take a triple bond compound, this one triple bond compound, after addition of hydrogen, it will be converted into CH2, and here will be one hydrogen. So what will be happen now? This triple bond, it is going to be converted into a double bond carbon atom. Okay, so triple bond, it will be going to convert into a double bond, and double bond after addition of hydrogen, this vice versa. This double bonded carbon atom after addition of hydrogen, it may convert into a triple bonded carbon atoms. Now come the physical property. Now again, you are not able to understand my handwriting, but now whatever I am just speaking, just listen. This one, in this physical property, first three alkene, it means, as I told in this first slide, that in this alkenes, the number n number will be start from the carbon number 2. So here the carbon number 2 to carbon number 4, all those compounds are found in as a gas form at the liquid temperature, and most 14 particular and just listen, carbon number 2, carbon number 4 are found in the gas form, and after number carbon 4, it means carbon number 5 to next carbon number 14, that are found in a liquid form, and more than this one 15, you will get a 18 carbon means more than 18 carbon atom. All those particular compound will be found in a solid form. They are colorless and odorless. You can't taste it, so here you will not write about the taste. The next one is chemical properties. That one, the first property is your halogenation. In the halogenation, you know very well, in the halogenation means addition of halogen only. So what will you write here? This one is bromine molecule. Then you will add anything like this, bromine or chlorine, hydrogen, anything. Whenever you are going to add something, this particular alkene. So now from here, this one double bond, it will be always convert into a single bond. Okay, so this thing, you don't write any type of mistake in your exam. Whenever you are going to write this, you are going to add any bromine or any type of substituent to particular your alkenes, always in the product form, double bond will not be there. Always this double bond, it will be convert into a single bonded carbon compound. So this one will be BrCH2, CH2Br. Next one is, I'm just making it bigger so that now you can easily understand. First one, hydrogenation. This one already we have seen. Now, sorry, bromine we have seen. Now in the presence, now when we are adding here hydrogen molecule, so what will be happen here? In the hydrogen molecule, one hydrogen will add here, one hydrogen will add here. Wait, yeah. Now one hydrogen, it will be add to this carbon atom. One hydrogen, it will add to this carbon atom. So it will make us, there was a C2H4, now it will be converted into a C2H6. In the presence of nickel as a catalyst and double bond, it is going to be converted into a single bond. Bromine, already we have seen, one bromine, it will add to this side, one bromine, it will add to this side. So it will be CH2Br, CH2Br, like this. Now addition of halogen. In the addition of halogen, the similarly, one hydrogen will come to add here, one bromine, it will be add here. One hydrogen will be this side, one bromine, it will be this side. This one was our mechanism. Now next thing, the main thing is we have to learn this rule. This rule is mostly asked, that we write about, or what is Marconi-Karp rule, what is peroxide rule. Okay, so these two things we have to remember always. The rule is, what is the rule? The rule is now just see, this rule is, let's make it big. Yes, now what is this rule? This rule is, when an unsymmetrical reagent, what is unsymmetrical reagent? Unsymmetrical reagent means, here just see, here we have taken the example of CH2 double bond CH2 plus HBr. This HBr, we can see the both are unsymmetry. Unsymmetry means one side hydrogen, one side here bromine. If like this one is bromine Br2, so this one was our symmetrical molecule, but this HBr is our unsymmetrical molecule. So whenever unsymmetrical reagent add to an unsymmetrical alkene. Unsymmetrical alkene means not like this. This one is our symmetrical alkene, like right? CH2 double bond, CH2. Everywhere there is a similar number of carbon atom also and hydrogen atom also. So this one is similar alkene. Now come to this example. That one is CH3, CH double bond, CH2. Here you can see this one is our unsymmetrical alkene is there, because here number of hydrogen atom here is more, here is less, here is more. So this unsymmetrical reagent is whenever it is going to be attached with unsymmetrical alkene, what will be happen? The positive part of the reagent, it means HBr, it will be converted into H plus Br minus. It means this one H plus. Positive part of reagent becomes attached to those number of carbon atoms, double bonded carbon atom, where the number of hydrogen here becomes attached to where the number of hydrogen atom is more. Here the double bonded carbon atom is there. One side the hydrogen number is 2, one side hydrogen number is 1. So this one H plus, it will be attached to those carbon double bonded carbon atom where the number of hydrogen will be more. That one is called as Marconi-Karp rule. Now we will see in the next slide. In the next slide, hopefully you will understand. The addition of HX, that one is our, as I told you, this one is our unsymmetrical reagent. So addition of unsymmetrical reagent when attached to unsymmetrical alkene, then the hydrogen atom attaches itself to the carbon atom with the larger number of hydrogen atom. Okay. Now, as I told you, this thing here you can easily get to know. This one is unsymmetrical alkene. This one is unsymmetrical reagent. As according to Marconi-Karp rule, the plus charges unsymmetrical reagent. It means that this one H plus, the plus charges, it will be attached to those double bonded carbon atom, where the number of hydrogen will be high. Here the number of hydrogen is 2. Here the number of hydrogen is 1. So what will be happen? It will attach to this carbon atom because here the number of hydrogen is more, and this one bromine, what will it now? This one bromine, it will be attached to this, as you can see here. Here you can see CH3, then CH, then Br, then CH3. Now this one CH2, it is going to be converted like CH3. This one is Marconi-Karp product. Okay. Now the other thing is anti-Marconi-Karp rule. Now what is anti-Marconi-Karp rule is also called as peroxide effect. Okay. Anti-Marconi-Karp rule is also called as peroxide effect. According to Kharas, this one is one scientist name. So according to Kharas, which discovered, this one is just opposite of anti-Marconi rule. And the opposite of anti-Marconi rule means here the positive charge alkene, it will be attached to those double bonded carbon atom where the number of hydrogen atom is less. So now it will be attached here. It means CH3, CH2, and this one bromine, it will be attached here. That one is CH2Br. This one is anti-Marconi-Karp rule, or we can say this one is peroxide effect. Okay, and this one is our Marconi-Karp rule. So this thing you have to always remember, what is Marconi-Karp rule and what is peroxide effect. Peroxide, in the presence of peroxide, anti-Marconi-Karp rule held. In the without peroxide, Marconi-Karp rule held. Okay. Now the next thing is addition of hypohalous acid. Hypohalous acid, the formula is HOCl. Now according to Marconi-Karp rule, now addition of hypohalous acid, here we can see there is a symmetrical alkene, right? There is a similar number of carbon atoms, similar number of hydrogen atoms. So whenever you are going to react with this one hypohalous acid, so one side OH will be attached, one side chlorine will be attached. So you will get your final compound. Next one is polymerization. In the presence of, what is polymerization means? When suppose that you have one pen. Right now you all have, those who are not studying properly, they don't have a pen. So those persons which have a pen, that pen is called as monomer. Mono means one, per means part. That pen is called as monomer. if you are taking the bulk amount of your particularly pens, if you are taking bulk amount of pen, that one is called as polymer. So that's why we are saying here from the monomer, if you are going to attach each monomer with a subunit, with a unit, that the bulk amount of monomer is called as polymer. Poly means more and mer means part. Here we can see n means it may be 1 2 3 like this. Number of CH2 double bond CH2, when it is undergoes a polymerization reaction, so it may produce like this. This one is the CH2 whole n means this one. Whole n indicate that there is a polymer. How many units are there, we don't know about that. That's why they are just making a bond like this, and this one is our this one is our bracket. It indicate that the how many number of unit is there, we don't know. That's why this one is polymer and this one is monomer. In the monomer you have to put an n in the starting, in the polymer you have to put an n in the last. Now these particular alkenes may be used in the polymer also, in the tiles also, shoe soles also, in the fiber and polish, etc. Next one is our conjugated diene. So we have completed alkene and alkyne. Sorry, we have completed alkane and alkene. So next topic is our conjugated diene. Now what is conjugated diene? Diene means two, ene means that one is related to the term alkene. So when two double bond is present, that one is called as diene. And conjugated means alternate form. Means in the alternate form, whenever you will see a double bond, that one is called as conjugated diene. Now come to this one. Here now these conjugated dienes are subdivided into a three part. That one is the isolated, cumulated and conjugated dienes. Sorry, this one dienes are divided into three part: isolated, cumulated and conjugated, where we are studying about this one conjugated diene. Isolated dienes mean when the double bonds are separated by more than one single bond. Here you can see, here is double bond, here is double bond. These double bonds are separated means by more than one single bond. Here you can see more than one single bond, they are separated, that one is called as isolated dienes. When these double bonds are present just continuously, when the double bonds are present continuously without any single bond, like this, double bond, here single bond, but there is double bond without any single bond, if you are present continuously, that particular dienes are called as cumulated dienes. Okay, these particular dienes are called as cumulated dienes. Now what is conjugated? As I told you, double bond are separated by single bond, or we can say these double bonds are found in alternate form. That's these particular dienes are called as conjugated dienes. Okay, now the next thing is now this one is a method of preparation. Okay, this one is method of preparation of conjugated diene. In the conjugated diene, method of preparation means whenever first our compound, we have to learn in your syllabus, this one is your 1,3 butadiene. So in the case of conjugated diene, you have to learn this one formula: CH2 double bond CH double bond CH2. So right now you can repeat it, then surely you can learn it. This all the things are easy. Firstly you have to learn this one formula. 1,3, it means after the number of carbon number 1 and the carbon number 3, you can see here the double bond. So 1,3 buta, because there are 4 carbon atom, and diene mean 2 double bond is present. This formula you have to learn it. If you have learned this one formula, then surely all this reaction it will be easy for you. First one is because there are 4 carbon atoms, so first preparation is from the butane, and butane formula you know very well, that one is C4H10. So in the presence of this one alumina, it will be converted into this. Second one is dehydration. So one side we have added here alcohol OH, one side we have added here OH, and now because here we have to make like this, so here all this bond, it will be as our single bond. Now we have to make this particular compound, that one is 1,3 butadiene. Now from here what will be happen? 1 OH, and then from this one CH2, 1 hydrogen. Now from here 1 OH and 1 hydrogen. Water will be eliminated. 2 molecules of water will be eliminated. You will get a CH2 double bond CH to maintain a valency of this one carbon atom. CH2 double bond. This one is over 1,3 butadiene. This one. Next one is like OH. Here you have to attach here chlorine and chlorine here. 1,4 dichlorobutane. Now from here again. Now from here just do the reaction. HCl, HCl. You have to eliminate. And because you have eliminated HCl, HCl, now you will get a CH2, CH double bond CH2, CH like this. So Hannah, easy. So everything is easy. Only you should know the trick, that how to learn these things. So if you have learned this one, our final compound, then surely you can learn this, and then surely you will write this particular our starting material, and you should know the basic thing that we have to make this thing. Whenever H and OH is present, so water will be eliminated, H and Cl will be present, it means HCl will be eliminated, and to maintain a valency, carbon valency, they have to maintain it. Next one is chemical reactions of conjugated dienes. Now this one is chemical reaction of conjugated diene. Here, firstly, what will we do? We have to learn, as I told you, 1,3 butadiene. We have to learn this particularly structure. Now, if we have learned this one structure, then each reaction you can attempt. First one is reaction which hydrogen bromide, H plus Br minus. So what will you do? Here what will you do? 1 hydrogen you will attach here, 1 bromine you will attach here. Okay, and to those carbon atom wherever you have attached that double bond, it will be going to convert into a single bond. Each conjugated diene, it is making a 2 types of compound. One side, one time H and Br, it will be attached to this particular carbon atom. Okay, and the next time this, and the next time H and Br, it will be attached to these particular carbon atoms. Okay, so this thing you have to remember. One side H and Br, it will be attached to this carbon atom. One side HBr, it will be attached to this. Here you can see. Here when hydrogen, it will be attached here. It will be a CH3 CH Br CH double bond CH2. Whenever HBr, it will be attached here, so it will be CH3 CH double bond CH CH2 Br. So like this you have to learn it. Next one is addition of halogen also. Again, one time you have to attach this one bromine to this carbon atom, Another side, in the another product, you have to attach this one bromine to this carbon atom and this carbon atom. So you will everywhere you have to learn that you have to make a 2 types of product, 1,2 and 1,4. Firstly, you have to add bromine into carbon number 1 and carbon number 2. Then you have to add a bromine in carbon number 1 and carbon number 4. Similarly, hydrogen also 1,2 and 1,4. Okay, similar. So now come to the next reaction. Next reaction under this one conjugated diene is, under this conjugated diene is Diels-Alder reaction. Now what is Diels-Alder reaction? That where in the last slide you have written CH2 double bond CS, CS double bond CH2, 1,3 butadiene. We can also write like this. In the vertical line also we can write it like this. This one is our alkene, that one is CH2 double bond CH2, and this one is our alkene C2H4 molecule. Now what will be happen? We have to make this one cyclohexene molecule. Now this starting material is called as a diene. This particularly CH2 double bond CH2 is termed as a dienophile, and the final compound will be termed as a adduct. Now what will be happen? This one is a ring open chain. Now this ring open, it will be converted into a ring closure reaction. This double bond will be shift to this side, this double bond, it will shift to this side. One bond will be here, and one this arrow represent there is a shifting of electron. So like this only you can make a compound like this. This arrow represent there is a moving of electron. One bond will shift to this side, one bond will shift to this side. It will make an arrow like this. one bond is already there and one bond will move to this side, it will make a arrow like this. So this one will be cyclohexene. The third topic is our alkyne. Okay, third topic is our alkyne. Alkyne means, as I told you, alkene alkyne both are unsaturated compound. In the alkene we have seen that there is a double bond. In the alkyne there will be a triple bond. And here we have to learn this particular small formula. That one is CH double triple bond CH. Okay, CH triple bond CH or C2H2. C2H2. This thing you have to remember only. Now the first reaction is, just learn here. The first reaction is calcium carbide with water. So now from here, as you can see, there are 4 molecules of hydrogen atom. So now from here C2H2, we will make a C2H2 and CaOH ka whole twice. It means calcium hydroxide, it will be eliminated. Now this one is a heating iodoform. Iodoform formula CHI3. Then two more, this one is also CHI3. We have written like this for our ease of reaction, that now from here we can consider that now from here 6 molecules of silver iodide, it will be eliminated. We will get CH. It means C2H2 or acetylene molecule. Okay, now come to the, so at least two reaction you can remember. Next one is the chemical properties. In this chemical property, firstly this one is written here C2H2. This one is C2H2. When C2H2 you will be do here hydrogenation reaction, hydrogen molecule you will add here. So what will be happen? It will be converted into C2H4, two hydrogen, C2H4. Again you will add here hydrogen, so you will get a C2H6. Means from the alkyne you have made here alkene, and from the alkene you have made here alkane. Now come the next one is halogenation reaction. It means addition of halogen. In the addition of halogen, one chlorine you will attach here, one chlorine you have to attach here, and this triple bond, it is going to be converted into a double bond. Next one, whenever you are going to react with hydrogen bromide HBr, so without thinking anything, just add to each carbon atom. One hydrogen you will add here, one bromine you will add here. This triple bond, it is going to be converted into a double bond. Next one is HCN. So H plus and Cn minus. One hydrogen you will add here, one cyanide molecule you will add here, and you will get your particularly compound. This triple bond, it will be converted into a double bonded carbon atoms. Okay, the next thing, whatever you have prepared in the chemical property, those things you can write down the uses. If you have made here ethylene and this here, you can write down it is used in the preparation of aldehyde, carboxylic acid, these. Next one is a cycloalkane. Next our topic is cycloalkane. What is cycloalkane? Cyclo means, as we have made here methane, ethane, propane. Here, whenever these particular alkanes will be found in a cyclic form, that one is called as cycloalkane. Like this. This one is in the aliphatic compound. In the alkane compound, we have learned regarding the propane, butane, pentane, hexane. But here in the cycloalkane, everywhere we have to attach a prefix. That one is cyclo. Cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane. So we have to just make it in a ring. So that's why it will be our cycloalkanes. This one, as I told you, everything will be like this here. There will be no double bond inside these things, because that will be converted into an alkene. So everywhere there will be an alkane molecule only, and prefix will be always cyclo. Now the first one is method of preparation. So if you have learned, at least you have to learn here two particular molecules. That one is cyclopropane and cyclobutane. In the cyclopropane, CH2, CH2, CH2. Okay, that one was there. Those in the other side you have to attach here bromine and bromine. The name indicates from the dihalogen compounds. The both side you have to attach here bromine and bromine when you are going to react with a sodium metal. So now from here, now from here, this one sodium bromide, it will be eliminated, and there will be a now it will be a ring closure reaction. There will be formation of cyclopropane. Similarly, if you have learned this structure, what will you do? One side you have both side you have to attach here bromine. Just react with any sodium metal, zinc metal. Now from here, this one zinc bromide like this, you have to eliminate and just write down this particular final our compound. And easy. So everywhere you have to learn especially the product. If you have learned the product, then you can write down the reaction. Next one we have to make here cyclohexane. For the cyclohexane, we have added here if the benzene will be hydrolyzed. Sorry, if the benzene will be hydrogenated means, as we know, this ring represent everywhere there is CH double bond CH double bond CH. Everywhere there is a hydrogen. If we add here everywhere one more if we add here everywhere one more hydrogen, so it will be converted into a cyclohexane ring. So these two method of preparation was there. Next one we have to see the chemical properties of cycloalkane. In the chemical property, what will we do? Firstly we have to make like this cyclopropane and cyclobutane. Now everywhere our this ring closer ring or ring closer ring, now it will be open. Firstly, when we will do a hydrogenation reaction, hydrogenation in the presence of nickel as a catalyst. So ring will be broken down, one hydrogen it will be added here, one hydrogen it will be added here. It will be converted into CH3, right? So this one from the cyclopropane we have made this one propane. Now from this one cyclobutane, again the ring will be broken down, one hydrogen you will add here, one hydrogen you will add here, you will make a butane compound. Next one is our reaction is our addition of chlorine and bromine. When you are going to react with chlorine and bromine in the presence of UV light, here you have to more focus in the presence of UV light. What will be happen? Okay, just again I am saying here you have to focus in the presence of, here two types of reaction will be occur. One reaction will be occur in the presence of UV light. The next reaction will be occur in the absence of UV light. It means in the dark side. In the presence of UV light, what will be happen? There will be a formation of monochloro. There will be a formation of mono substituted product. Now here you can see there are two chlorine molecules is there. So in the presence of UV light, one chlorine molecule it will add here, that will make a CaCl, and one hydrogen it will react with this one chlorine and one HCl will be eliminated. Again, just listen here, in the presence of UV light, there will be formation of monochloro, monobromo, like these compound. So one bromine it will attach to this particular compound, that sorry, one bromine it will be, either you can write here also like this, one bromine you will attach here, so it will make a CHBr, and now one hydrogen it will react with this one bromine, and now from here this one you one bromine it will be eliminate. Next thing is react, as I told you, next reaction is in the absence of UV light. Now these reactions are in the dark light. In the dark light, what will you do? In the dark light, there will be a formation of di-substituted product. Di-substituted means now this one chlorine molecule, it will attach to this carbon atom and this carbon atom. Bromine, this carbon atom and this carbon atom. It means in the dark side, there will be a formation of a di-substituted product. In the UV light, there will be formation of mono-substituted product. Now in the addition of HBr, again the reaction will be open now from here. One hydrogen it will attach to this one bromine it will attach to this carbon atom. Now this one is remains same in the presence of UV light. This one is the cyclopentane, cyclohexane. So in the presence of UV light, what was the formation? Only one monochloro formation or monobromo formation product will be formed. So only they have attached one side bromine, one side chlorine, and one this one was remain. Now next one we have time now. Yes. So now the next one is our alkyl halide. In the alkyl halide, we have to see what is alkyl halide. Alkyl halide means, alkyl means any alkyl group, that one is R, and halide means any type of halogen atoms. This alkyl halide, it may be of three types: primary, secondary, and tertiary. As alcohol and amine, here we have to learn these things: primary alkyl halide, secondary, and tertiary. So the method of preparation, everywhere you have to learn like this: RCl or C2H5 methyl chloride, methyl bromide, like this. So first one reaction is the reaction with thionyl chloride, SOCl2. As I told you in the previous classes, wherever you will see SOCl2, from there one SO and this one oxygen, it means sulfur dioxide will be eliminate one H and one Cl from these two chlorine. One chlorine increase, one HCl will be eliminated, you will get a C2H5Cl like this. Next one is a halogen exchange reaction, C2H5Br plus NaI. Now what will be NaBr will be formed and C2H5Hi will be formed. Easy. Next one, already I have told you, whenever you are going to react with PCl5 and PCl3. PCl3 and PCl5, these are used to incorporate chlorine atom, chlorine molecule to your particular alkyl compound, but the elimination product here you have to learn it. In the case of PCl3, always in the starting material, without thinking anything, just put here 3. So here the removal of a H3PO3 always. So this thing you have to remember it. Whenever you are going to react with PCl3, always there will be elimination of phosphoric acid. When you are going to react with phosphorus pentachloride, PCl5, always there will be removal of POCl3. So like this you can learn these things. Now come to the next one. Next one is our physical and chemical properties of alkyl halide. Physical property, they are insoluble in water, soluble in organic solvent, then beyond carbon 18 are colorless solid, and up to carbon 18 are colorless liquid. Okay, and these are found in the gas form: methyl chloride, methyl bromide, methyl fluoride. Ethyl chloride, these are found are a gas at room temperature, while methyl iodide are found in a liquid form. Now we have to see the chemical reaction. All are very easy. Just see the reaction with KOH. What will be happen? Potassium iodide will be eliminated. You will get methanol. Reaction with ammonia. As I told you, NH3 you can write like this, HNH2. Right? Now from here HBr will be eliminated. You will get C2H5NH2. Now come the third reaction. It's sodium cyanide. Now again from here sodium bromide, it will be eliminated. You will get a C2H5Cn. Now addition of this one hydrogen. Now from here H and Br will be eliminated. One hydrogen it will be added here. It will make a C2H6. So these were our chemical properties of alkyl halide. Next one is this one is the next reaction, Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction under alkyl halide only. So alkyl halide when react with a benzene, what will happen? It will make a C2H5. It will be attached to this side, one bromine, and will be eliminated from those hydrogen atom. So just listen again. The ethyl group, it will be attached to any one carbon atom. From that carbon atom, one hydrogen will be eliminated. That hydrogen will react with this one bromine and HBr will be eliminated. Now this one is a Woods reaction. This reaction is asked as a naming reaction. So this reaction you have to learn it, where you have to take two molecules of alkyl halide, that one is ethyl bromide, and you will react with the sodium metal in the presence of ether. Now what will be eliminated? This one. So one NaBr will be eliminated, and this one sodium and one bromine. It means two molecules of sodium bromide will be eliminated. You will make a C4H10. That one is our butane molecule. So these were our alkyl halide reactions. Next one, these alkyl halide is also are of two types. As I told you, dihalogen and trihalogen derivative. Dihalogen means wherever there will be two halogen groups will be added. Trihalogen means wherever there will be three halogens atom will be attached. So just see. In the case of firstly you have to take this one acetone molecule. When acetone, it will react with PCl5. So without thinking anything, you know very well there will be elimination of POCl3. Now because this POCl3 three molecules was eliminated, it means the remaining is two chlorine molecules. So two chlorine molecule you have to attach here to this one chlorine and one chlorine, and oxygen is already eliminated in the form of POCl3. So you have got CH3. This one is our dihalogen compound. So you have to learn at least one reaction in this dihalogen derivative. In the second reaction also you can see This one is bromine molecule. So what will be happen? One bromine you can add here, one bromine you can add here. So you will make a dihalogen derivative. In the trihalogen derivative, again, when this one methane, it will react or it will undergo a this one halogenation reaction. There will be a formation of a methyl chloride, then CH2Cl2. Firstly, this reaction it is completed into a 4 step. Firstly, there will be formation of methyl chlorine. Okay, CH3, sorry, methyl chloride. That one is CH3Cl. Then when this CH3Cl again it will react with the chlorine molecule, there will be formation of CH2Cl2. One HCl will be eliminated. Then it will again react with this one chlorine molecule. Now again from here it will be converted into CHCl3 and one chlorine molecule it will be eliminated. So now we have seen this that now we have a awesome chemistry, right? So everywhere in this organic chemistry, only you have to learn all those type of method preparation, chemical properties. Okay. And if you didn't start, please start right now. Otherwise, you know about your exams. So it will be good if you are utilizing your time. At least give 1 hour to this one organic chemistry to learn all the type of method preparation. As I told you, just make a one table only. If you are making one table and write down all those reactants, then surely you can attempt. So okay, thank you, and make your day precious after learning this one, your organic chemistry.